I did that. And of course it was highlighted by 3 days worth of bullfighting. Now bullfighting is sometimes seen in America as a blood sport and a taboo sport. However, in Peru and many Latin American cultures, it is seen as an art. So much so that the great American novelist Ernest Hemingway wrote a 518-page novel called Death in the Afternoon, highlighting the beauty of the sport. Now the most common form of bullfighting, and there are many forms that may remind you, is Spanish bullfighting. The term Corrida de Toros literally translates to running of the bulls. Many know the Pamplona running of the bulls. However, that highlights a general term of many types of bullfighting. It doesn't necessarily translate directly into running. Now I'm going to transport you to the town of Chota, Peru, to explain to you and hopefully give you an experience of what the bullfights are like. The bullfight begins as thousands of people sit in stands surrounded by a ring, a bullfighting ring, with sand in the middle. The Spanish bull, which is the special bull used, it's a bull that's breeded for bullfighting, then rushes into the ring and watches the movements of the matador and his assistants. Now the bull is a bull that weighs anywhere from 1,300 to 1,000 pounds, obviously a male, and it lives in a luxurious lifestyle for 4 years, with a lot of freedom on the range. He approaches the matador and notices the movements. He himself is colorblind, so he only chases what he sees as quick movements. That's why you see so many matadors and their assistants with capes, rushing with their my pillowcase. Wouldn't use that later. Now the matador is a team of the matador's team has 7 men on it. The matador, 2 picadors, which are mounted on horses, 3 bandoleros, and a mozo de espada. In the first few minutes of the fight, the matador and his team observe the bull's behavior, its aggression, its vision, its head movements, and of course its tendencies. For about a minute, the matador uses his cape to encourage the bull to charge the cape, and he lets his cloak then trail over the bull's head, and he uses this to gain more understanding of the bull himself. After this process, 2 picadors enter the ring mounted on armored horses. Long ago, the horses used to not be mounted, or used to not be armored, and you will see why that's important, why they're armored now. The bull then charges, the bull is then encouraged by the matador and his team to charge the horses. With that, the bull is then stuck to the horse as he drives his neck and his head muscles upwards, almost as if he's trying to flip the horse over. Fortunately, the horse is very strong and armored, so it actually appears, even though it's a strong collision, that the bull does no damage to the horse at all. Now the picador is the rider of the horse, and he uses his lance to stick the bull to further weaken his neck muscles and encourage blood loss, which I will tell you is very important in a second here. Once this stage has ended, we move on to stage 2. In stage 2 of the bullfight, the matador and his team grab barbed sticks. They usually don local colors with paper of the matador and also local colors of the place the bullfighting is taking place. Now they use these, and I don't have 2 of these. Can I borrow your pen? They use these as such, so pretend that this is about as long as this, and they encourage the bull with a very fancy movement here for the bull to charge them. And as the bull is getting close, they duck by and kind of stick the bull in his neck muscles here, further weakening him and encouraging more blood loss. Now, like I said, blood loss is important here. When a bull rears his head forward and charges, much of the blood can rush to his head, and oftentimes this can lead to a heart attack and/or a stroke. Now, 2 to 6 sticks are placed on the bull, and like I said, this further weakens the bull and helps him for the next part of the fight. The matador, now we move on to stage 3. The matador then re-enters the ring with a very light sword. Then the important part of the bullfight begins. I'm going to demonstrate how it is done here, or at least do my best, of course. And this part of the bullfight is considered the performance, the dance, and the art. At times, there is music being played, where the matador leads the bull along in almost a dance fashion, where he leads the bull this way. Well, I'm not doing it too well, but imagine that. He leads the bull this way and almost twirls around and does a nice dance with the bull. This happens for several minutes. At that point, the matador then is given his more powerful and heavier sword. With this heavier sword, it is now time for the death of the bull. The death of the bull, obviously, can be a very difficult part to watch. However, it is a very important part of the bullfight. The matador gains the bull's attention again, and almost as if a soldier looking down the side of his sword, positions himself as such and leans forward while the bull does the same, and finds a spot in the back of the bull and stabs the bull as they're both charging each other. The matador gets out of the way real quick as he stabs the bull to increase his own safety. If done correctly, the sword enters a part of the bull's spine that goes directly down into one of the main arteries of its heart, and the bull dies within 5 seconds. Oftentimes, if a bull dies within 5 seconds, this is considered a very good kill, and the audience cheers with great might. The bull's body is then transported out of the arena by a team of two mules, and the audience is allowed to award the bull, if he does well, with one ring, or one ear of the bull, as a trophy, and the judges then award an additional second one if the bull did especially well. This ends the bullfight. I hope that I have transported you today to appreciate another country's culture. As you can see, sports, and in this case an art form, is different across many cultures. So the next time you go out to see the Rockies, have a 17-18 slugfest, which they've been doing a lot recently, remember that other countries appreciate sports in different ways. Thank you.